Oh, Phoenix Suns fans, I did not think that I would be making a video or a live stream this soon, just hours after the worst playoff loss in franchise history. I didn't think I'd be making a video or a live stream hours after one of the biggest playoff collapses in NBA history. But yet here we are. There's lots to talk about, surprisingly. And a lot of it is stuff that I don't want to be talking about, unfortunately. As you guys can already see by the title of the video or by the live stream, excuse me. And we're just going to go with it. There's lots of things that I want to show you guys. A lot of it's really tweets and news that have been reported. We're even gonna look at a little bit of quote film. It's not really film, but it's stuff that I gathered up, and we're gonna be talking about a lot here. So as always, guys, make sure to Hulk smash that like button. Just absolutely just destroy that like button, you guys. Share the stream. And just if you guys have any questions or comments, I will do my best to get to them, but we got lots to talk about. And first off, I want to give a special shout out to my brother. First off, he got me this for my birthday, the hat, which I wore like yesterday. And then he also got me, I'm going to stand up for this. He got me this awesome Sun shirt right here, which is awesome. By the way, can we do a mic check? And he's actually letting me use his new webcam. Just me moving my hands, I can tell that the quality is a lot better than my old one. So I'm going to have to maybe buy this webcam that he owns, but he's letting me borrow it and use it for right now, which is pretty awesome. It's a Logitech like 1080 cam. It's really good webcam. So special shout out to my brother who was generous enough to give me all this awesome stuff for my birthday. So what we're going to be doing here, you guys, is just talking to you guys about what is being reported. Obviously, a lot of Phoenix Suns news came out after, I repeat, the worst Phoenix Suns playoff loss in franchise history. I cannot say that enough, and I really want to make like a t-shirt that says the Suns' worst playoff loss in Suns history, May 15th, 2022. So yeah, we got lots to talk about, you guys. I appreciate everybody that's in here. If you guys are watching later on, I appreciate all your support. And let's just get into it, guys. There's lots to show you here. And I want to start with a tweet from Mr. Orange that went viral last night. That was Flex's tweet. I already pulled up the wrong tweet. Great. Is this it right here? Here we go. So last night, you guys, Monty Williams benched Deandre Ayton. I think he only played about 17 minutes. And Mr. Orange said that DA had words for Monty on that substitution. Monty walked towards him and asked, "What did you say?" when the two coaches stepped in between them. And then Mr. Orange even went to his Twitter and kind of showed where, the exchange happened and when the words were said. And by the way, Mr. Orange is a very, long time Phoenix Suns fan. He's been watching this team for many, many years. He's been to, I want to say, almost every game. And just a true loyal Suns fan right there is Mr. Orange. And again, an all-around nice guy. But yeah, this was kind of the tweet that went viral. He was the one that witnessed it. And Monty Williams responded to the media. And that's another tweet I want to show you guys is he basically said it was internal. There was one reporter who said that it was the most stern voice that he's ever heard Monty Williams talk to him, that it was just the way that he said it was internal. It was internal. Monty Williams went on to say, like, I know they didn't want to play that way. We basically played the worst game of the season tonight. And there's some other Monty Williams comments that I really want to get to, which kind of concern me. And we're going to dive into all that. But let me just read you guys something. And I think I'm quoting, I want to say it's Arizona Sports when I'm quoting this. "Whatever happened to this team in the postseason is unacceptable. It was a playoff run in which the Suns completely lost who they are and how they play basketball. The biggest problem would be if they are just as clueless as we are. I really hope that the Phoenix Suns know what just happened. I really hope that the Phoenix Suns know that they just had one of the worst playoff losses in basketball history. I hope that the Phoenix Suns players and coaches and organization and James Jones and even the infamous Robert Sarver know that we just had one of the biggest playoff collapses ever. And, I didn't really listen to the exit interviews. I probably could have, but I've been lazy. I probably will eventually. But from what I got from the, exit interviews and the press conference last night, is the players are saying what I probably would have said if I was playing on the Suns. Like, oh, yeah, like we're going to use it as motivation and, oh, we'll be back next year. This is the first off season where I just don't know what the Suns are going to do. And we're going to talk about that too, because let me just spoil it. The Suns don't have a draft pick, nor do I think a draft pick would really work. Thank you, Mark, for letting me know that the mic in the video is good. I appreciate it. The webcam's a little weird. Like, I feel like my face looks kind of pixelated or blurry, but the background looks a little blurry. I'll have to kind of like play with the settings and everything, but I'm going to definitely try to get this webcam and upgrade my quality a little bit. But where were we? Also, you guys, final thing on Mr. Orange was he also had kind of a thread going on about it was mainly like a positive thread about this season and all that. Maybe we'll do a screen share later and we will dive into that. Let's keep going here though. So let's keep talking about Monty Williams and Deandre Ayton. Once again, let me pull up this tweet right here. Hopefully this is the right one. Deandre Ayton and Monty Williams had words on the substitution and coaches had to step in. And, Monty Williams said that the reason he benched him for 17 minutes is because it was internal. Here's what kind of gets me nervous. I probably should have titled all of my screenshots because I'm kind of flying blind here. But here's what scares me about Monty Williams and what he said. And I quote, "Me, I'm the guy responsible to have us ready." When Williams was asked of the Suns' loss of form the last couple of weeks. And we were prepared all season long. That's it. We did not have that rhythm that we had for whatever reason. That's always who I have to look at. But the key word in all that, and let me repeat it, is Monty Williams said, and I quote, "Me, I'm the guy that's responsible to have us ready." Now, I'm not blaming Monty Williams. I mean, I am blaming Monty Williams, but I'm not 110% blaming Monty Williams because at the end of the day, the players got to go out and play. But when you hear your coach, who just won Coach of the Year, who just won 64 games, who just helped lead you to a finals appearance last year, when he says, "I'm the guy that's responsible to have us ready," something's going on, guys. And the reason I keep talking about this Deandre Ayton, Monty Williams exchange is clearly something's going on. Something must have been said because when Monty Williams is saying it's internal, that means it's in-house and only the coaches know and only the players know. And it's not good, you guys. Something's going on. And I said this last night. I don't really remember what I said last night because, we went about 2 hours and I had alcohol in my system and I was sad and I was crying. I'm not even joking. I was crying last night on the live stream, kind of. But I do remember saying, don't be surprised with whatever happens to Deandre Ayton. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get traded or anything, although, Flex from Jersey had this tweet to say, going to be an interesting offseason in Phoenix. I'm told the Suns will have a unique opportunity to land a true superstar who wants to be in Phoenix with Booker while allowing CP3 to take a lighter load as a third option at 37. Right place at the right time situation for the Suns. So again, I'm not coming on here to say that I have inside information. And, Flex from Jersey has proven that he has inside information. I mean, he was the one that basically predicted and he was the one that knew about the Suns getting Chris Paul before some of the bigger national media folks did know it. And and flex continues to be right and right again. But my whole point being is that don't be surprised with whatever happens to Deandre Ayton. Yesterday we were having conversations about, you don't want to let a center walk for free, and those people are absolutely right. But it's more of like, I don't even know if Deandre Ayton wants to be here, man. He had a great finals run last year. He was pretty good in the Pelicans series, but this whole team just vanished. The entire team vanished, including Deandre Ayton. And while I gather my thoughts, let's get to some of the chat. Let me go way up here. I appreciate everybody that's being in here. Talking about Chris Paul, I saw him pulling. Oh, hold on. Let me lower this real quick. I saw him pulling at his hand when they all went own to chase the ball in game 6, I think it was, but I didn't fall for that display. Classic hold. I can't read. Why do I do live streams? I can't read. Shout out to DJ Mike. Hey, Sons Geek. Hey, what's up, guys? I appreciate y'all being here. And then Felix is like, what's Flex's hint all about? Exactly. That's kind of what we just went over. Mike PHX23 says, we need to move Cam Johnson into the starting lineup at the 3 and move Bridges to the 4. We may lose DA, so we have to fill that gap. We will be back next year, Suns family. Let's keep the hope alive. Exactly. Another thing I said last night was that I understand that emotions are flying high and Suns fans are angry and they're sad and they're heartbroken, but let's keep the Suns' hope alive. Let's believe in this team. We're all basketball fans. And if you are a real Phoenix Suns fan, you'll continue to support this team. And we will be back next year. But we have about 5 months to talk about how the Suns are going to come back next year. And we are not even in the beginning stages of this offseason yet. And we're already being told so much news. And that's exactly why I'm on here, guys, just to talk to you and report the news. And trust me, we got a little bit more to talk about here. I'm just kind of getting to the comments here. Shout out to Suns Halftime, who says, this loss felt worse than the finals loss, in my opinion. The Bucks were a better team, but the Mavs weren't even close to the better team. The Suns team just didn't show up whatsoever. That's what's so bizarre about, the last 2 games, is that we pretty much dominated them for the most part in game 5. We had that epic second half, the 18-0 run, and the game was over after, basically after halftime in game 5. And then we just collapsed. It was like we lost all of our basketball talent. It was like the guys couldn't do anything out there. They couldn't pass the ball. They couldn't dribble. They couldn't make shots. They couldn't catch the damn ball. It was everybody. Everyone is to blame here. The entire Phoenix Suns roster and coaching staff is to blame. I just want to make sure I get your name right, because I don't want to butcher your last name like I did last night. Give me a second here, guys. Dalton, I appreciate you, man. He's the one that's on screen right now. He's very generous with his donations last night, and we're going to get Dalton on the channel soon. And this week we will be doing a Suns therapy session, and I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to have some guests on there too, so stay tuned for that. But Dalton, I appreciate your generosity last night. Once again, feel free to keep asking me a question if you guys want, but let's keep diving into the news here. I'm going to randomly click on my screenshot so that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so let's transition a little bit. Mark J. Spears was the first one on this. And last night, which we all, I guess, kind of predicted, I think we all knew that something was wrong with Chris Paul. Some people were talking about how it might have been mental, which that is a possibility. But it was pretty clear, whether Chris Paul wants to admit it, which he didn't. It was pretty damn clear that Chris Paul was injured. At first, I thought it was his wrist, but it is now being reported. Suns point guard Chris Paul limped out of the arena with a very slow walk. And then somebody named Anscape learned that Paul had a left quad injury. When asked about his quad injury, Paul declined the comment. And if I remember correctly, I think in the post game interviews or the press conference, he said I'm healthy, and I call bullshit on that. Let me just pull up some more of my tweets. Yeah, so I wish I would have pulled this one up earlier when we were talking about Deandre Ayton, but there's the Deandre Ayton tweet, him saying that it's internal and all that. Let's see. I'll keep it all. I'll keep all the internal stuff internal, but it was just a decision that I made. How many times am I going to say internal in this live stream? But it also got to the point where I didn't feel like Chris Paul and Devin Booker were going to help us on that particular night. I do understand the question, but no, we haven't talked. And I talked to the team today, but I have not talked to DA personally. That's what scares me too about what Monty Williams is saying. Because first off, let's recap real quick. Monty Williams said that he did not have his team ready, and it is his responsibility to have the team ready. And then he goes on to say this right here. I do understand the question, but no, we haven't talked. I talked to the team today, but I have not talked to Deandre Ayton personally. That's bad, you guys. Something must have really happened, whether it was in the locker room, whether it was on that bench. Maybe Deandre Ayton lost his temper and said something really bad to Monty Williams. Maybe it was vice versa, or it was both of them together. But clearly, there is something that happened. And, you know, this could be a situation of, let's be real. Deandre Ayton's 23 years old. He's extremely confident. Maybe he's a little too confident in himself. And the Suns were obviously getting crushed. They probably knew right away that they were going to lose. And maybe Deandre Ayton just lost it. Maybe he lost it and he said it to Monty Williams, and that is that. We got a super chat in here. I appreciate that. Guys, you totally don't have to do it, but I am forever grateful if you guys do donate to this channel. Shout out to Mark Jackson, who's been a supporter of mine and has been in a lot of these streams. Mark goes on to write, I'm upset that the Suns didn't win it all this year for Al McCoy. Al is getting older, and he will not have that many chances to see his beloved Suns win it all. First off, Mark, once again, thank you for the amazing super chat. You are a great person. Funny you say that, because that was one topic we were going to talk about. And I'm so sorry, you guys. We're jumping all over the place here. First we were talking about Deandre Ayton, then we jumped to Chris Paul. Now we went back to Ayton, and now we're going to talk about Al McCoy for a minute. First off, if you don't know who Al McCoy is, well, he's on my wall right there. He is the voice of the Phoenix Suns, and he has been the voice of the Phoenix Suns for 50 years. And let me just show you this tweet, which is funny, actually. I guess Dan Bickley asked Al McCoy on Arizona Sports if he'll be back for a 51st season as the radio voice of the Suns. And Al McCoy, not wasting a second, said it's internal. Damn, which I find that hilarious. If you guys know Al McCoy, he's got a great sense of humor. That is hilarious, though. Shout out to her for posting that. I thought that was absolutely hilarious here. But yeah, you guys, it's whatever's going on here with Deandre Ayton and Monty Williams. I'm sure it could be fixed with a phone call, but who knows if Deandre Ayton will be on this roster. I mean, we're like barely 12. I don't even know if we're 24 hours, because I can't do math. And I can't tell time. If we're even 24 hours at the time of this recording after the worst Suns playoff game ever. And I mean, this was the first year, I want to say, in a long time where the players didn't speak to the media in exit interviews. Maybe they chose to do that. And again, if I were on the Suns team, I don't know if I would want to do that. First off, we got a whole bunch of people in here, and I appreciate you guys. Hulk, smash the like button. Sorry for the late notice on the stream, but there was just so much to talk about. I was like, I don't want to make a video. I was like, I'll just go live, show you guys these awesome screenshots that I can't keep control of because I don't know what I'm reading or putting on the screen. But speaking of Deandre Ayton being part of the future, Monty Williams also said Deandre Ayton's situation is something we'll deal with in the summer. Sounds like what James Jones would say. And who knows, guys? I mean, yeah, you know, you could do the sign and trade. You could. I really don't know. I can't tell you anybody who's going to be on this team next year, but I will go back to Flex from Jersey's tweet. And he goes on to say, once again, going to be an interesting offseason in Phoenix. I'm told the Suns will have a unique opportunity to land a true superstar. Now, there's some key words in here. They will have a unique opportunity to land a true superstar. Also, unique words here. Who wants to be in Phoenix with Booker while allowing CP3 to take a lighter load as a third option. Right place at the right time situation for the Suns. Who knows, guys? Who knows where we're going to be? You know, the draft is right around the corner, you guys. And even though we don't have a draft pick this year, you can still make trades on draft day. Who knows? I don't think embracing the future is the option for this team. Let's be real. Chris Paul even said it. He's not going to retire. If he does, it would shock the NBA landscape. He will be back next year. Let's be real. But maybe as Flex from Jersey and a lot of other Suns content creators and people are saying, maybe we need to lighten the load for Chris Paul. Maybe we do need to get some more help. Maybe we need guys that can come off the bench and produce automatically. Maybe we need to do what all four conference finals teams are doing and just go small ball. I know that sounds crazy. I don't know. This is why James Jones and company get paid the big bucks to figure this stuff out for the roster. But from what I'm taking away here is you guys have seen the reports. You guys have seen the screenshots. You've seen the quotes from Monty-Williams. Something happened between him and DA. DA did not show up in the Mavericks series. The Suns as a team didn't show up the last two games. Deandre Ayton, while still playing pretty good defense, his offense completely vanished. He didn't demand the ball. He didn't take his opportunities when he did demand the ball or when he did get the ball. And, yeah, we just need some help, you guys. I mean, I texted a couple of my buddies this. I'm like, this is the first offseason in a long time where I cannot tell you what we're going to do because I thought a 64-win roster was good enough to at least get back to the finals. And clearly, that was not the case. Now, do I believe that the Dallas Mavericks are better than the Phoenix Suns in a 7-game series if Chris Paul was fully healthy and if Devin Booker was performing the way he should have been? No, I really do not. But due to the circumstances, injuries are part of the game. And the Suns just didn't show up. And I cannot repeat that it was one of the worst playoff disasters, performances in basketball history. Guys, we got a lot of people in here. We just passed over 200 people. You guys are all awesome. I appreciate you. Make sure to Hulk smash that like button. I'm reading the comments, and I appreciate you guys. Once again, shout out to Mark Jackson for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. You know, it's funny. I thought a long time ago, remember, this is pre-Chris Paul. For some reason, I just had it in my head. I was like, man, I don't think DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker like each other. I don't know why. I had like a feeling. But then over time, there's like videos and quotes, and they showed me that they do like each other. And I'm not blaming 100% of DeAndre Ayton on what happened, because obviously the only people that know what really happened were Monty-Williams, Ayton, the coaching staff, and the players. But I don't know. I just had this like feeling, and maybe that feeling is kind of showing, you know, with what happened between Monty-Williams and DeAndre Ayton. And again, it could probably be fixed within a phone call. Maybe next time we hear from Monty-Williams, he'll say, yeah, that has been scrapped. It's in the past. It's all done now. We're good. But right now, things are bad. And like I said, shout out to my guy, Cody. I appreciate you being here. Shout out to all of you guys. I wish I could shout each and every single one of you out personally. Shout out to my guy, Ty Guy Hoops, another content creator, the biggest Cavs fan I know. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. 14th pick, Okoro. Lowry Markkinen for Bridges and Johnson, who says no, Suns aren't doing that. Oh, man, that's funny. DeAndre Ayton is super inefficient, or sorry, excuse me. DeAndre Ayton is super efficient in the regular season and had a decent playoffs last year. His style is perfect for the Suns, but we need more aggression as he never dunks. Passively puts up layups. WTF. Exactly. And you know what? I said this so many times, you guys. I said, what happened to DeAndre Ayton's mid-range shot? What happened? Go back to the Pelicans series. Watch a few games from that Pelicans series, even though he did it like all playoff series in the Pelicans versus Pelicans. He attempted mid-range shots and they just looked unconfident. They looked hesitant in this series. I don't even remember if he hit a mid-range shot. DeAndre Ayton's offense just vanished. His aggression vanished. He only had maybe one or two moments where he would attack the rim with authority and finesse his way in. Shout out to Suns halftime with the $5 super chat. Excuse me. Shout out to Suns halftime once again with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. As it relates to what Flex said about a potential superstar, who do you think it could be? Or who would you like it to be? Oh, man, I wish I could answer that question after your generous $5 super chat. I appreciate you, man. I have no clue. Now, Bill Simmons, I wish I would have screenshotted this. And I thought I would never talk about Bill Simmons on this podcast because he says some crazy stuff, but he's covered the league a long time and he knows. Apparently, Bill Simmons said, let me pull it up real quick. I might have to share my screen. Here we go. Alex Golden reported this. Give me 1 second here, you guys, and I'll share with you what I'm looking at. Now, again, this could just be rumors. This could be hearsay, could be BS. And I'm not calling Miles Turner a superstar at all. Trust me, I'm not. Although I've actually always liked Miles Turner. And I'm not saying Miles Turner is the answer to fix all the Suns' problems because he's not. Let me share my screen in 1 second. Give me a minute, guys. Share screen. Tab. Here we go. Share screen. Okay. And let's just make sure. Okay, cool. So Alex Golden, who covers the Indiana Pacers, he said, here we go. Apparently, Bill Simmons said there is talks of a sign and trade of Ayton to Indiana for Miles Turner and Chris Duarte, who Chris Duarte, from what I know, had an up and down rookie season, but I heard a lot of great things about him coming out of college. And he had some really good moments earlier this season. He could be a solid player in this league. And he said, I had not listened to the podcast yet before sharing this. Just had a friend tell me about it. Simmons basically said Indiana kicked the tires on Ayton earlier and referenced the Sabonis for Ayton trade rumors. Said Indiana is someone to keep an eye out on for an Ayton trade. Now, he also goes on to say he didn't bring up Duarte. I just misread the group text that I'm in. The text was asking if Duarte would be involved. Regardless, I think adding Ayton would be a positive for the Pacers. Even if you had to trade both Turner and Duarte, wouldn't want to lose CD, though. So, again, could be BS. You know, maybe he made a mistake in sharing all that. And this isn't the first time where the Suns and Pacers have been, you know, in rumors. I mean, obviously, earlier in the year before the trade deadline, we had a lot of Domantas Sabonis talk. So I don't know. And I don't know who the superstar is. I wish I had an answer for you. I wish I had the analysis to say, we need to bring in player X, Y, and Z to fix this team. We need to make this trade. But you guys, there's so many uncertainties. I can't talk. The future is pretty uncertain right now. And I can stay positive and I can tell you guys we're going to be just fine and we will be back next year. But James Jones and all of them get paid to figure that out. And I was listening to this one podcast earlier, and they basically said, like, the Suns need to make this better next season. Because obviously we're getting, and shout out to Zona Hoops. He's on the Sun Solar Panel podcast. Let me make sure this is the right tweet here. Here we go. Zona Hoops kind of said it perfectly. And there's another tweet I want to share with you guys too. He says the Suns deserve all the slander they get, every bit. 64 wins for nothing. The season was an absolute failure, and changes need to be made this summer. I hate to bring up a tweet like that, but it is absolutely true. Let's see here. Let me share another tweet with you guys from Kevin O'Connor here. I wish I would have screen capped this. Kevin O'Connor does great work for the Ringer, and he's not wrong here. Oh wait, that's not it. Never mind. I need to get these more prepared next time I do this. I'm rusty, guys. This is like the first time where I've done a live stream kind of like this, where it's like a Suns News live stream and all that. So yeah, just bear with me, guys. Give me a minute here. Let me pull up all my screenshots so I don't forget what I'm talking about here. Okay, we got that. We got that. We already talked about that. Okay. So yeah, we're good on the screenshots. Where was I? I don't know where I was. Here we go. Let's see. I'm just getting caught up on the chat. Give me 1 second. Sorry for the dead air, guys. I apologize. Okay. Let's keep going here. Let's stay on topic. I really don't know, you guys. Let me sorry, I lost my train of thought here. Shout out to whoa, hold on. Okay, there we go. So somebody just donated a $33 super chat, which I am forever grateful for that. And he says CP3 is washed and finessed a new contract. Somebody also said the fact that, do we really know that Chris Paul can lead this team going forward? I mean, obviously he can, but we were talking they were talking long term in this podcast I was listening to. And in short, Chris Paul needs more help. Devin Booker needs more help. If Deandre Ayton is on the roster, he needs more help. For some reason, the Suns' chemistry just vanished. These are not the same guys that we witnessed all year. This is not the same family that we witnessed all year. The Suns just completely vanished. And again, there's just so many questions right now, you guys. This is stuff I want to talk about in later podcasts. But the Dallas Mavericks figured out how to beat us, plain and simple. Jason Kidd deserves so much credit for the way he handled the Phoenix Suns in games 6 and 7. But for the Suns to not even respond, for the Suns to look like they've never played together after a historic 64-win season, they looked like they all just walked into the gym, met each other for the first time. Yeah, I got 5. This is my team right here. Let's go. And it was like they were playing. It was like a high school team playing a professional basketball team. Again, I go back to Jason Kidd. He figured out how to stop the Suns in terms of, full court pressing them. I keep using the word swarming. Jason Kidd and the Mavericks swarmed the Suns on defense. They made their threes. And even though it's painful, just go back and watch games 6 and 7 on YouTube. And you guys will just see everything that Jason Kidd did. Also, you guys, we're talking about Deandre Ayton. We haven't even really talked about Cam Payne and his meltdowns. We haven't really talked about how Cam Johnson, who I love, had struggled. First off, once again, thank you so much to this person who donated the big super chat. You totally didn't have to do that. I'm forever grateful to you. Sorry, I'm reading some comments here. This super chat was appreciated. I'm forever thankful for that. Yeah, I mean, you know, bro, look at all the new people. Welcome everybody. Seriously, thank you guys. Like you're all just watching me freestyle this little Suns news video and all that. Shout out to my brother who says Suns did really good this season. I hope the Suns kick ass next time. Nice hat, Suns geek. Well, Chris, I gave you a special shout out at the start of the stream. But once again, thank you to everybody that's donating super chats and listening to me rant and vent about the Suns. But back to what I was saying. Cam Johnson Cam Payne got benched because his just terrible performance in the playoffs. He played way out of control. He couldn't score the ball for the most part. He got into foul trouble. Then Cam Johnson, who, by the way, was our leading scorer with 12 points in Game 7. That's pathetic. I love you, Cam Johnson. But the fact that you are our leading scorer in Game 7 shows a lot. You know, he hasn't been right since he had that historic game against the Knicks, you know, where he ended up getting kind of hurt. He left for the locker room and he came back and he had like 36 or 38 points or something. He hit the game winner versus the Knicks. Cam Johnson hasn't been the same since then. JaVale McGee was in and out in terms of his consistency. Bismack Biyombo was up and down. Jay Crowder was like our best player in the series, and that's saying something. With all due respect to Jay Crowder, I know the NBA world likes to pick on him and troll him, but when Jay Crowder is your best player in a series, you have a lot of issues. So I think maybe the continuity hurt the Suns. Maybe they should have made the trades that we all said they should have made. Maybe they should have brought in guys that we weren't even thinking about. Now, do I think oh man, we should have not have traded Jalen Smith? I don't think Jalen Smith would have helped this series. And that's why I can't sit here and give you guys analysis and my thoughts on who we need to bring in, because I just don't know. Again, I thought a 64 win Suns team was good enough to get back to the finals, but clearly they weren't. And this offseason is going to be scary. Every move is going to be impactful. And sadly, due to the circumstances and what just happened, every move is going to be heavily criticized. I got to take a sip of my water. Think about it. Because the first move that James Jones is going to make, people like me are going to come on here and be like, okay, well, now what are you going to do, James Jones? Because we just got bounced in the second round in embarrassingly bad fashion. And again, the Phoenix Suns as an organization have to make this better, because in 5 short years from now, we're still going to be talking about it. We're still going to be remembering how we embarrassingly lost in the second round to a pretty good Mavericks team. And that's it. So, you know, what's being reported here is that Deandre Ayton and Deandre Ayton and Monty Williams had an exchange. Monty Williams kept saying it was internal. And by the way, here's kind of the fuller quote on all that. Let me just close this super chat real quick if I can find it. Ooh, sorry guys, lots going on here on my screen. Where did that super chat? Here we go. So this is from I think the Arizona Republic. Suns coach Monty Williams isn't budging on his initial comments, you know, about DeAndre Ayton playing 17 minutes. He said the guys haven't talked since. Said no, we didn't. You guys know me well enough. I'm going to do everything I can to help us win games. And at a point with the lead where it was, I made a decision to not put him back in the game. Again, Monty Williams stuck with his statement that's internal and that him and Ayton haven't spoke. And again, it's just bad news bears, you guys. And we're going to have to see. I feel like maybe in a month, we'll find out more information about Chris Paul's injury. I really am sticking to the statement that um, Chris Paul maybe used his power to not reveal his injury. Somehow Woj and Shams didn't know about it. Maybe they literally kept it in house. Maybe they have something on under their contract where they can reveal if they're injured or not. And I think my guy John from the Suns Jam Session podcast and writer for Bright Side of the Sun, I think he wrote an article. I wish I would have read it before this. I think he wrote an article how it was poor coaching on Monty Williams to put Chris Paul in there. Um, and and maybe Chris Paul forced his hand. You know, again, this is all stuff that we're gonna learn about. And you guys know me, I'm gonna be making videos and everything. Thank you to everybody that's in here, by the way. We've been live about 40 minutes already, and we got so many people in here, and I appreciate you guys. You guys are all awesome people. um yeah, it's just it's gonna get crazy from here on out, guys. But I wanted to come on here and just let you guys know what's being reported. And again, Flex from Jersey, who's been right over and over again, is reporting that it's going to be an interesting offseason for the Suns and Phoenix. I'm told the Suns will have a unique opportunity to land a true superstar who wants to be in Phoenix with Booker while allowing CP3 to take a lighter load as a third option at 37. Right place at the right time situation for the Suns. While the wheels are still going here, I honestly think maybe guys like Campaign need to go. Maybe we need to get a better version of a Campaign. And Campaign seemed like the ultimate steal because he played very well in the bubble. He earned his contract. He produced very well during the regular season last year. He had pretty good moments this season, and he was great, you know, throughout the playoffs last year. And it seemed like, man, Campaign's contract is a steal. And, you know, like we traded away guys like Javon Carter. We traded for Landry Shamet, who, you know, he could have been better. I thought Bismack Biyombo was a steal, and I wouldn't be mad if we brought Bismack Biyombo back, but it's like we just need guys that are going to get the job done. Maybe continuity is not the thing. Because sure, you want guys that are coming back that know your offense and you want guys that you have great chemistry with, but maybe that's what haunted the Phoenix Suns the whole time. And maybe as Flex's tweet said, maybe we need another superstar in here. Maybe Deandre Ayton is not the thing. You're obviously going to keep Chris Paul. You're obviously going to keep Devin Booker. Bridges isn't going anywhere. I would love to bring Cam Johnson back, but he needs to get better. I'm reading some of the comments. You guys are funny, man. Yeah, and Lee brings up a good point here. Do you think we can attract stars now? I didn't even think about that before I went live. Who would really want to come to the Suns now? I mean, obviously, Chris Paul did, you know, after the 8-0 bubble run. Chris Paul took a chance on a team that didn't even make the playoffs but had a bright future. Sorry, needed to get some water. Guys, shout out to my guy Reliable Rants. He's right. We literally have a record of viewers for a live stream. I don't think I've ever had this many people in here. You guys are all amazing. God bless you all. I hope you guys will continue to watch and support all off season long. You guys know me. The Suns content is not going to stop. We're going to do live streams like this. We're going to have Phoenix Suns news videos, and you guys are going to pick my brain. You guys are going to test my Suns knowledge. You guys are going to test my Suns analysis, and I'm going to do my best to bring you the best Suns content I possibly can. So someone just tweeted at me. Hopefully it's worth reading live here. It's just Lil Wayne. I don't care about what happened. It's funny though. There was kind of a meme of Lil Wayne just sitting there at the Suns game, just in complete shock. It's kind of cool that Lil Wayne's a Suns fan though. So I think at this point, guys, let's keep going for a little bit. If there was a question I missed, please just refresh it. Don't like spam it in the chat, but just, um, uh, just if it's a really good question, let me know because it's hard to read all these comments and everything. We'll just keep reading some comments here, and we will keep going. David Bailey says 2 more years of no Suns till CP3 retires. No title till CP3 retires. We are stuck. You know what though? As much slander as Chris Paul is receiving, and rightfully so, because Chris Paul made a lot of mistakes throughout this playoffs. Playing hurt obviously hurt the team. We wouldn't be where we were excuse me. We wouldn't be where you know what? We wouldn't be where we were without Chris Paul. Sure. You can say, oh, well, Chris Paul led us to an embarrassing second round exit. And you are right. But at the same time, let's be real, you guys. We would not be we wouldn't be in the finals last year without Chris Paul. We wouldn't be a 64 win team without Chris Paul. So I'll come to his defense on that, is that I think that people are looking at the past and they're looking at Chris Paul and his playoff history, and they're getting on him for that, and rightfully so. I mean, actions speak louder than words. Championships, you can't really argue championships, and you can't, how many Chris Paul's been to the finals just one time in his playing career. But I will back up that, Chris Paul, that we wouldn't be where we are without Chris Paul. Now, he needs to get fully healthy. He needs to turn into the Chris Paul that we all know and love. And the Suns clearly need more help. Whether that's bringing in another superstar is yet to be determined. If it's improving our bench, which I don't know how much. I mean, you can obviously improve your bench, but like, I don't think going young is the answer. I don't think getting draft picks in here and getting X player from college who had a really good college season is the answer. I don't even know who that is, but yeah, Chris Paul's got to be better. Deandre Ayton's got to be better. I hope that I'm making videos later this month or in a couple of months where we see footage of Chris Paul and Devin Booker working out together or practicing together, or any of these guys. I want to see videos of these guys working together to make their games better. Yeah, I don't know. You guys get what I mean? Like, I want to actions speak louder than words. I want to see these guys working this offseason. And I will repeat this again. Maybe this sounds like overkill. Maybe this sounds like childish. Maybe this sounds like high school basketball or a sports movie. But seriously, if I'm Monty Williams, I am screen capping things, and I am putting like posters on the walls, and I'm showing film of games 6 and 7. I'm showing that all next season. Seriously. Because what a way to motivate your players, and obviously the players know, but it's just one of those things. Like, I would seriously piss them off to the point of motivation. And I cannot read this quote enough from Arizona Sports. Right here. The Suns completely lost who they are and how they play basketball. The biggest problem would be if they are just as clueless as we are. Because we can sit here and criticize and analyze and talk about X, Y, and Z and talk about this player needs to get traded, that player needs to get traded. But really, the Suns' biggest problem would be if they are just as clueless as we are. If the Suns do not know why they were eliminated in embarrassingly bad fashion, then that's terrible. And yeah, it's very scary. And the future of the Suns team is foggy. The future of the Suns team is uncertain. Like, let me pull up the roster, you guys. We're going to go up and down the Suns roster, and we're going to talk about each player real quick. if you guys are okay with that. Once again, if you guys have a question, just let me know. I'll try to get to it. Sorry guys, give me a second here. Ooh, box score. Here we go. First off, let's start with Dario Saric, who I haven't really talked much about because he hasn't really been talking to the media. He hasn't really been in the spotlight because obviously he's recovering from like an ACL injury, which he had, last year, in the finals and everything. Dario's contract could be moved. I don't know what his contract is off the top of my head. I probably should have done more research on that. That's somebody that could probably be moved, or maybe you could keep him if he's fully healthy. Maybe you could keep him. I think Jay Crowder stays. I think maybe Jay Crowder's got one more year on his deal. And again, Jay Crowder was the best player in this series. Daniel, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the $25 super chat. Guys, you are so generous. I love all of you guys. Even if you donate $1, you guys are incredible. I appreciate you. And I always say this, and I need to do a better job of executing it, but all this money is going to go into making this channel better. New webcam, new microphone, and new lights. I need to get better lights in here. And just using that money to make myself better so that I can continue to pump out the best Phoenix Suns content that I possibly can. I hate to make excuses, but I am a one-man show here. It's literally just me. I edit my videos. I record all this stuff. I'm flipping through screenshots and dealing with my crazy dogs, and it's all just me here. So I do the best that I can, and super chats like that I will forever be grateful for. Let's keep going down the roster. Obviously, Mikal Bridges is staying. He signed a 4-year, $90 million deal. Now, let's talk about Mikal Bridges for a minute. Someone in my last stream brought this up, and they're not wrong. Someone said basically that Mikal Bridges needs to get better on offense and right away. And some people, I think I read a comment before I went live. Someone said Mikal Bridges needs to bulk up because, yes, Luka, everyone makes fun of him for being fat. Everyone makes fun of him for not being super athletic, which he actually uses to his advantage. There's been a lot of great NBA players throughout history that weren't super athletic that dominated the league. But they are kind of right. Luka used his strength to kind of beat Mikal Bridges. Bridges does need to bulk up, and he needs to develop a better offensive game. Maybe we wouldn't have gone out so embarrassingly if Mikal Bridges was dropping 17 to 20 points a game, or even just 15. I think Crowder averaged 15 throughout the series. The scoring just completely stopped. The ball movement completely stopped. Everything we did in game 5 in terms of game planning and adjustments flew right out the window. Suns lost their identity offensively and defensively. And the reason I don't think Jay Crowder is going to be gone is because he still does bring you that veteran experience. He's never won a championship, but he brings you that finals experience. Unless there's just some like crazy package deal that goes down, I can see Jay Crowder maybe coming back to this team. Deandre Ayton's future, we've kind of talked about this all stream long. Who knows? That is up in the air. Your guess on Deandre Ayton's future is just as good as mine. The only people who know Deandre Ayton's future is Deandre Ayton and maybe James Jones and maybe Monty Williams. Shout out to my guy, Jeroy, who does incredible content. Spam that like button, you guys. Jeroy makes a bunch of like motivational workout content. He's an all-around great guy. Go follow him. And Jeroy, if you're still watching, stay true to self, brother. Stay true to all your guys' selves. Stay true to yourself, and you'll go far in life. Yeah, so let's keep going here down the roster. We already talked about Chris Paul and Devin Booker. They're not going anywhere. I love Ish Wainwright, and I love his story. Who know? I don't think he'd be back next year. Torrey Craig is kind of that continuity thing. He's probably gone, although I think he's still under contract. You could maybe get rid of him, bring in maybe a better defender, bring in maybe a better offensive player, maybe bring in a better backup. A lot of this is backups. Cam Johnson, unlikely. I don't think he goes anywhere. Bismack, I would like to bring back. Campaign, you could probably make the argument that he's gone. Landry Shamet is still under contract, and Monty Williams loves them. And his future is up in the air. Landry Shamet needs to be better. You're making a lot of money, Landry Shamet, and you might have provided good minutes throughout the playoffs here and there. And I don't have Landry Shamet's stats in front of me. Let me pull them up. But I think you averaged under 10 points per game all season. You averaged under 2 assists all season. You need to be better, Landry Shamet. And I'm not blaming the series loss on Landry Shamet, but he needs to be better. He did have good moments here and there. He had some good small stretches, and again, I'm just going down the roster and I'm criticizing these professional basketball players, but I tell it how it is. He needs to be better. JaVale McGee, I would like to bring JaVale McGee back because, again, the dude has won championships. He's made his game better. He's a great locker room guy. He loves being in Phoenix. I say keep those two. Who knows what's going to happen with Ayton, but if something does happen with Ayton, you still have two pretty decent, serviceable backup centers. I'm not concerned with trades on the starters. James Jones knows what he's doing. I'm concerned about all the other bench players, Alfred and Sarge. Exactly. That's exactly why I just went down the roster. I have been saying this since the Pelicans series. So thank you, Danger 369. I kept saying over and over and over again, even going into this embarrassingly game 7, I said, the Suns bench needs to be better. Elfrid Payton, gone. People kept saying, bring in Aaron Holiday. Sure, maybe he might have helped on a couple of possessions. Aaron Holiday wasn't going to help game 6 or 7. Let's be real. Sure, people are already saying, yeah, you could develop him. Sure. Why is my mouse working? Shout out to Daniel B with another super chat. You are amazing, Daniel. Cheers to you, brother. This is just water, but cheers. Thank you to anyone and everyone who's ever donated a super chat. Thank you to everyone we've had a record live stream, you guys, and I spontaneously just did this. I was like, you know what? I'm not really in the mood to make a video, but I am in the mood to come on here and rant and report the news that's being reported. Hopefully it was good enough for you guys. I kind of got out of control with my screenshots because on StreamYard, they let you name your screenshots, and I wish I would have done that so I know what I was talking about. Like I could have said, here's Flex's tweet. I could have wrote that. Or here's this tweet from Mark J. Spears. I kind of blew but hey, it's a learning experience, you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we talked about the roster. We went up and down the roster. We read some screenshots. Let's see. So what someone tagged me in earlier was a video from Clutch Points, and they said, like, maybe I didn't read it. Maybe I was wrong to pass that. Clutch Points is saying, like, from what our man Lil Wayne told me, he was sitting across from the Suns bench. Monty got so upset with Ayton and said, you freaking quit on us. I don't know if that's true. Who knows? Maybe it is. Maybe Deandre Ayton did quit on the Suns, but let's be real. The entire Suns team quit on the Suns. No one played hard. No one played with effort. No one played with passion. A burner account says, quote, just water. Geek made some moonshine after that loss. Guys, if I even had just a little bit of moonshine, I'd be rolling on the floor, going crazy. Let's see. We're getting to some last minute comments here. If you guys have any comments or questions, we'll go ahead and read them, and then we'll probably get on out of here. But we've had a record numbers wise live stream. Appreciate everybody that's in here. Thank you for everyone that's donated super chat. So if you want me to keep going, we can keep going. Let me know who you guys want to win the NBA championship. I'm low-key rooting for the Celtics. I don't know why, just them. I mean, Ime Udoka has done a great job of improving that roster. They're one of the best defensive teams. They obviously knocked out the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. And, as Mike says, Peja Stojakovic and Tyson Chandler won a title before CP3. Exactly. And I don't know. The NBA is crazy. And I said this too. I said that obviously lots of franchises have had epic playoff collapses. Lots of franchises and really in sports. I mean, I'm not a big football guy, but I know that there's been some disaster collapses before. Unfortunately, it was the Phoenix Suns' time in this era, in this decade. It sucks that it happened 2 years into the decade that we had one of the worst collapses in playoff history. But hopefully the Suns do what they need to do to redeem this. And maybe there is no such thing as redeeming this. If I know Suns fans, like I think I know Suns fans, this is pretty much unforgivable. But again, hopefully this was the lowest of the low that we're going to get in this decade. Because let's be real, guys. I know a lot of you are probably very negative and sad and heartbroken, and I'm right there with you. But we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe the Suns are going to have an incredible offseason, and maybe they will redeem this one day. Who knows where we're going to be 365 days from now? Who knows where we're going to be 2 years from now? And I know that the narrative is like, oh, this is Valley sports. This is Arizona sports. This is heartbreak. And the Cardinals do this and the Diamondbacks do this and et cetera, et cetera. But who knows, guys? That's why I'm just like, you know what? Stay confident, stay positive in this team. Appreciate, you know what? Before we get out of here, like Mr. Orange, again, like I said, he had a great thread on like how he, let me just pull it up. Someone just tweeted me a picture of Kevin Durant in a Suns jersey. That's hilarious. Oops, that's not it. I don't want to go there. Here we go. Nope, I clicked it again. Guys, I am a train wreck right now. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. So Mr. Orange had a pretty positive thread, and I'm not saying I like agree with everything Mr. Orange says and does, although he's a very nice guy. I've met him before. He's the realest of the real when it comes to Suns fans. I mean, he's been at countless games and all that. But let's read this thread, shall we? So let me fix that. That will look better. There we go. Emotions are still high. Trust me. I am still feeling as well. You know what? I got to pull this up here. I'm still feeling well after what we saw last night, especially to go out at home the way we did. What I will say is this is professional basketball at the highest level. Any team can win on any given day. Our Suns have done amazing things the past 2 seasons, and we shouldn't lose focus on that with an unexpected and disappointing end of the season. Let's not look to place blame or go to the extremes. Let's not consume ourselves in negativity. I don't know if I fully agree with all that, because that's what Suns fans do. We always hit the panic button every time we even lose a simple game. I get what Mr. Orange is trying to do here, but that's not it. But I did agree with him like on this, or it was a couple tweets down actually. Let's instead appreciate what we have had the opportunity to be a part of the past two. So yeah, I guess I do agree with him on this here. He's basically saying, like, let's be thankful and appreciative that we've had the incredible run the past 2 years, 2.5 years, really, with the bubble run. Let's focus on the great times and the memories the squad provided us. Let's see. For all those who will jump off the bandwagon, please stay off. Don't come back when we are doing great things again. This journey isn't about convenience. It's about being all in all the time. We can be disappointed, frustrated, sad, etc. And yeah, I mean, he keeps on going on, but he's right. And I don't want to sound like I'm a gatekeeper here. But guys, let's say we only won, like, what's the lowest we've ever won? Like 19, 18 games? I'm still going to be a Phoenix Suns fan if we ever lose 18 games again. Or win 18 games. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be a fan of this team no matter who's on the roster next year. I'm going to be a fan of this team 10 years from now. I am one of the biggest Phoenix Suns fans alive, and I always will be. The Phoenix Suns are literally in my heart. I don't just do this to get subscribers. I don't just do this to get famous one day. I literally do this because I love the Phoenix Suns. This is one thing that I feel like I've always been good at, is talking about the Phoenix Suns, providing good Phoenix Suns content, talking to you guys about the Phoenix Suns news. And that's why I kind of went down Mr. Orange's thread there, because, he's right. Like, we have to be all in on this team no matter what happens. And I know there's a lot of narratives, and I know there's a lot of cliches, and I know that Arizona sports in general has been so heartbreaking over the years. And I understand that we are hours at the time of this recording, hours after one of the worst playoff collapses the worst Suns playoff collapse in Suns history. But it's still Phoenix Suns for life, guys. It's that simple. Doesn't matter. I mean, let's be real. I mean, we watched some horrific basketball the last 10 years. Although people still forget about that 48 win season that the Phoenix Suns had. Let's be real. They did. And Phoenix Suns for life, guys. It's really that simple. So even if you are a bandwagon fan, please stay on. Please do not jump off. Even if you are a fan that maybe during that 10-year stretch, you decided that you don't want to watch basketball for a while because the Suns let you down too many times, please stay on, But if you are jumping off the bandwagon and you're deciding you are done with this team, then stay off, And sure, you guys can probably argue and fight me on that and say, well, we were 64 wins and we didn't win a championship. I get it, man. But Phoenix Suns for life, guys. No matter what, we win 18 games or we lose 18 games. Phoenix Suns for life, man. It's just how it is. I love basketball. Basketball has always been my favorite sport, even though I played soccer as a kid. I was terrible at it. I scored a goal for the wrong team, and then that was the end of my soccer career. But I love playing basketball. I love watching basketball. I get excited when players do crazy dunks and when there's a game winner and when players go off for historic performances. I love all that stuff. And that's why I love the Phoenix Suns. I'm from Arizona and that's it. So couple shout outs here. Shout out to my guy, Super Mario Hoops 24. What if people jump off the bandwagon to support Bulls Nation? Shout out to my guy. Where did that comment go? I'm losing you guys. Thought my guy Romp was in here, but I must have missed the comment. My chat's going crazy. Yeah, I'm a Suns fan. I only drink grape juice and orange juice, no water, only purple and orange here. P.S. My kidneys hurt. That's a great comment. But yeah, that's my rant. That is my discussion. Real quick, someone says, "Hey, what do you think of Pat Beverly talking down about Chris Paul?" I watched maybe like a little bit of that clip. It's just here we go. Here's Romp's comment. He said, "Wow, Suns Geek killing it out here. Thank you, Romp. Great content creator, great Sixers content creator as well. Go subscribe to his channel." I don't really care what Pat Beverly said. I don't hate Patrick Beverly, although I was furious when he pushed Chris Paul last year in the playoffs in embarrassingly fashion. You know, that was super unprofessional. But I feel like he's just talking smack to talk smack. You know, obviously that was on ESPN or whatever show, First Take, whatever it was. But that's how Patrick Beverly is. He's going to talk that smack. That's more fuel to the fire that Chris Paul and all of them should be listening to. That's why I kept bringing up that if I were Monty Williams, I would have screenshots and I would be showing game 6 and 7 in the locker room almost every day to give fuel to these guys. It's just smack talk. You know, it's just Patrick Beverly being Patrick Beverly. I'm not saying he said what he said was right, but it's just him, man. Now, I will say, I don't really like what Anthony Edwards said. Anthony Edwards apparently on Instagram. Now, here's what scares me. Not really scares me. Here's what is maybe a lesson learned for whoever is on the roster next season. The Suns, whoever the Suns players are next season, need to literally keep their mouths shut. I'm serious. And I get it. You know, in the games, thank you, JV, for your nice comment, man. Suns Geek winning even when the Suns don't. I get it that in games you get competitive and you trash talk a little bit. I get it. You know, the adrenaline's kicking in. You're tired. You're angry. But literally, the Suns next year need to keep their mouth shut. Apparently, Anthony Edwards says something like that. Suns players were talking crap, and you know, there's that whole like narrative and trolling that the Suns need to be humbled. Well, they just got humbled. So if I were a Phoenix Suns player next year, I would keep my mouth shut. Unless a guy like literally is forcing you to talk smack and talk trash. But yeah, just keep their mouth shut next year, Suns. Don't talk crap in the press conferences. Don't troll other players on Twitter. Don't troll other teams on Twitter. And speaking of that, I know it's easier said than done. I tweeted this out earlier today. Next season, I will do my best to not troll other fan bases or players. Even the Lakers, mind blown. We all deserve the slander, trolling, etc. that has headed our way. Phoenix Suns for life. And then there were some funny comments here that I thought were funny. Let me lower this comment here. Someone said it's all a part of NBA Twitter. I'm going to continue to troll the Lakers. After that, laugh out loud. And yes, that was the most disappointing thing in Arizona sports fan. And then someone like was a Mavericks fan and said, Dallas fan here. The pain is relatable. And then someone also said, nah, always troll the Lakers and they're trash fans. But you guys get my point. Next year, I'm going to try to stay off the Twitter. Well, like not stay off Twitter, but not be so quick to talk trash about the Lakers, not talk trash about other fan bases, not talk trash about Luka, because Luka has earned my respect. He is an incredible player, whether he's fat or not, which he's not, whether he's out of shape or not, which he's not. Luka is a true superstar. And the Mavericks, they're not the better team, but they deserve to be in the Western Conference Finals. Jason Kidd, whether you love him or hate him, deserves to have more coaching love. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, I hope I don't get copyrighted for this, but watch this clip right here that the NBA uploaded. Again, I hope I don't get copyrighted. Check this out.
Now, come on. Channel 5, stay home. Stay home, Doe. Doe, stay home. Stay home. Stay home, Doe. Stay home, Doe. Chop 5. Chop 5. Baseline. Chop.
Did you guys see that? Were you guys able to hear that? The Mavericks defense was just incredibly swarming. It was like I said last night, like it's like when you throw a rock at a bee's nest and then that whole bee's nest comes after you. Their defense was incredible. And I think the Warriors are probably going to win the series, but it won't be easy. The Mavericks are going to fight and scratch and claw, and they're going to be great. They deserve to be in the Western Conference Finals. And let me just show you that. Let me show you this clip too of just pathetic defense. This is from Game 6. Check this out. Look at this. Jay Crowder just kind of moves to the side, lets Luka blow past him. Nobody's in the paint to guard. Booker kind of went over, but he's not going to stop Luka. Ayton was in the wrong place. Guys are just looking at each other. I mean, let me show you that clip again. Look at this. This is from Game 6, but I knew right then and there that we were going to lose that game. And we saw repeat defense like that. And, man, just horrible. Absolutely horrible. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. More content is on the way. Thanks, Geek. I needed that again. Stay tuned for more content, you guys. We had a record people of being in here. If you guys are watching afterwards, please continue to watch, continue to support. Leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below if you guys are watching afterwards. Share this stream. Again, you guys, the best way to continue to support me is just to keep watching. I would love for you guys to subscribe. I encourage you guys to subscribe, but if you guys don't, just please continue to watch. You guys are all awesome. Thank you to everybody that donated a super chat. Super Mario Hoop says, damn, 250 homies. Y'all better Hulk smash the like button. Yes. Please subscribe. Hulk smash the like button. Let me know your guys' thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. Do you think something serious happened between Monty Williams and Deandre Ayton? Do you think Chris Paul's injury was the key factor why we lost? What do you think we need to do in the offseason? Do we run it back? Do we trade player X, Y, and Z? Do we improve our bench? Do we trade Jay Crowder? Do we re-sign Cam Johnson? Do we do a sign-and trade with Deandre Ayton? Questions that I'm forgetting to ask you guys? Let me know. Go ahead and vent and rant in the comments section after this live stream is fully uploaded. Okay, Roy brings up this last topic here. Coaching was a big problem. Do you think the Suns need to improve their coaching staff? Does Monty Williams need to look himself in the mirror and become a better coach and make better adjustments and not play Chris Paul when he's injured? I don't know. So many questions. Very uncertain Suns future. But as always, guys, during the offseason, as Nikki says, you're right. We need to be humbled and stop the Suns and 4chan. Yeah, seriously, you guys, no more Suns and 4chan. Seriously, no more. When they were doing that, I thought that was kind of cocky, and we are literally kicking ourselves for that. So yeah, you guys, Phoenix Suns content is not going to stop. All off season long, I'm going to bring you guys the best Suns content I possibly can. More live streams, more vlogs. I know you guys are all here for the Suns content, but I love doing vlogs because I like to remember my life. I'm going to be doing Suns like collection videos. A lot of you guys have requested Suns hat video, which I did a couple of years ago. Go check out that video. I have a lot more hats now than I did then. So I want to do videos like that. I want to do more vlogs, more live streams. Like I said, this week, I'm still planning it all out. this week we're going to have a Suns therapy session with a special guest, with people that I promised a spot to have in that Suns therapy session. And probably during that Suns therapy session, maybe we'll do like a quote call in segment and some of you guys can get in. And trust me, that won't be the only that will not be the only Suns therapy session, because I'm sure there's a lot of great supporters in here that would love to come on here and rant and vent and talk Suns. So what are you guys talking about in the chat? You guys are crazy. Road trip vlog? Yeah, and I'm planning on visiting Phoenix. If you guys don't know, I don't live in Phoenix. I'm planning on visiting Phoenix during this off season. So so stay tuned, you guys. And we had a record number of people in here. You guys are all awesome. I love all of you guys. Make sure to answer the questions in the comments, vent, rant, because I'll be reading every comment. I may not always respond to every comment, but trust me, I read them. You guys are all amazing people. I'm going to end this stream. Thank you guys so much for the support. Make sure to Hulk smash the like button and please subscribe for everything Phoenix Suns. If it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. God bless you guys.